Was Tyreek Hill found guilty? Did he really spend some time behind bars? Let's see what's happening. 10. He refuses to give up. A fifth-round pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, Tyreek Hill flashed dynamic ability as a rookie. He averaged 4 more yards per punt return than he did as a receiver. But by the end of his second season with the Chiefs, it became clear Kansas City stole an elite talent with the 165th overall pick. The Chiefs ultimately signed Hill to a 3-year, $54 million extension just before the 2019 season began. Despite dealing with a shoulder injury early in the year, he stayed healthy the rest of the way and helped the Chiefs bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Kansas City. Hill caught 9 passes for 105 yards against the San Francisco 49ers just a few months after putting pen to paper on a deal that includes $35 million guaranteed. Tyreek Hill averaged 14.7 yards per catch during the 2020 NFL season, but he hauled in 15 touchdowns in 15 starts. The electrifying wideout continued to torch defensive backs with his rare combination of speed and quickness while helping the Chiefs make it back to the Super Bowl. But before Andy Reid's team squared off against Bruce Arians' squad, Hill conducted an interview in which he revealed a lifelong goal he still wants to achieve. Even though he has a $54 million NFL contract, the 5-time Pro Bowler still has an eye on qualifying for the Tokyo Olympics as a track athlete. It is still an option because it's always been my dream to do multiple sports at the highest level. It would be amazing. I just want to prove a point, and also, I love competing, he said. Of course, Hill hasn't only utilized his speed on the football field. A world-class sprinter in high school, he reportedly once ran the 200-meter dash in a blistering time of 20.14 seconds. And even if it took a little help from some wind to help him break 10 seconds in the 100-meter dash, Hill obviously possesses rare speed. However, he would have to lose weight and muscle mass in order to make the transition from NFL receiver to track runner. So as much as Hill wants to make his dream a reality, competing in the Olympics seems like a major long shot. After all, the Chiefs need him at his best if they plan on avenging their recent Super Bowl loss. Number 9. He choked his pregnant girlfriend. Back in 2014, Tyreek Hill was a 20-year-old running back and wide receiver at Oklahoma State University with dreams of making it to the NFL one day. On December 12, 2014, Hill got into an argument with his girlfriend, Crystal Espinal, who was 8 weeks pregnant with the couple's son at the time. The verbal argument turned violent when Hill punched Espinal in the stomach and face and choked her. Espinal reported the incident to the police as she feared for her and her child's life. Hill was arrested just after 11 p.m. and spent the night in jail. He was later charged with domestic assault and battery by strangulation, and Oklahoma State dismissed Hill immediately afterward. Hill went on to finish his college career at the University of West Alabama, and he entered the 2016 NFL Draft as one of the most polarizing prospects in the class. Hill's troubled past made him drop to the 5th round when the Chiefs finally took a chance on the electrifying weapon. Once Tyreek Hill started to take over the NFL with his game-breaking speed for the Chiefs, his dark past started to fade away into the abyss. Hill was never disciplined by the NFL, and he never served any jail time for beating his pregnant girlfriend. He did receive 3 years probation after the incident, but that's hardly a slap on the wrist for the damage he caused Espinal that day. In 2018, Hill's domestic violence case was dismissed and expunged by an Oklahoma court. In legal terms, the incident never even happened. Number 8. The one NFL player that could beat him. It's not a coincidence that Hill is nicknamed Cheetah. It has its reasons. By many accounts in the NFL, he's the fastest player in the league. In an interview, Hill shockingly admitted there's one NFL player he would lose to in a race, and it's not even a wide receiver or running back. Lamar Jackson, like Tyreek Hill, is a speed burner. He's unquestionably the fastest quarterback in the NFL. Last season, when he won the NFL MVP, Jackson threw for 3,127 yards and 36 touchdowns and ran for 1,206 yards and 7 touchdowns. EA Sports Madden NFL 21 asked Jackson, its cover athlete, to name the one player in the league he wouldn't want to face in a race. Jackson never hesitated. Cheetah, Tyreek Hill. I'm not racing him. That's dumb, Jackson repeated, emphasizing his belief that Hill is the fastest player in the league. Interestingly, in an interview with TMZ before a matchup between Hill's Chiefs and Jackson's Ravens, Hill shockingly admitted he thought Jackson would win in a race. "I done retired from racing, man, so he'll probably get me right now. Lamar, he's a goat. He's a dog, man. For him to be that fast and for him to make people miss the way he does is just crazy," Hill admitted. Whether or not Hill was being humble or actually believes Jackson is faster than him, no one knows for sure. Number 7. He shoved Chiefs wide receivers coach. Just before going to a commercial break, television cameras showed Tyreek Hill screaming on the sidelines before pushing wide receivers coach Greg Lewis. The Chiefs just settled for a field goal to increase their lead to 22-10. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes had just been knocked out of the game with a concussion, and maybe that was part of Hill's frustration. As soon as Hill pushed Lewis, CBS went to a commercial, leaving fans wondering what was happening. While Hill did shove Lewis, the coach appeared to laugh about the incident after getting pushed. After the game, Hill took to Twitter and said, "The push was nice, LOL, I was fired up." He also replied to Will Blackmon's Twitter post that showed Lewis laughing, saying, "Yes, man, love him like an uncle." Number 6. He thought that Mahomes was trash. Before Mahomes and Hill became an exclusive duo, Hill was not too fond of Mahomes at first. Hill recently appeared on Showtime's Inside the NFL and made it known that he did not think Mahomes had what it took to be successful in the league. "I thought he was trash. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't even gonna cap, man. When he first got there, I was like, this is who y'all drafted right here? This is who y'all drafted? Hey, but look, he proved me into a whole complete, I don't know. That second year, like his quarterback mechanics were different. It was like he was spending more time with his quarterback coach, spending more time with Coach Reed, like learning the offense. Dude was like different," Hill said. Before we continue, don't forget to like the video. 5. The pickle juice. As footage of Hill's drink of choice circulated the internet, speculation grew, prompting Patrick Mahomes to explain it. The Chiefs quarterback shared that Hill was drinking it to avoid cramping, even sharing that he himself had been drinking it since high school. And while it may seem counterintuitive, pickle juice actually can help with cramps, according to Dr. Brian Sutterer, MD. Many assume that drinking pickle juice is done to restore electrolytes and thus prevent electrolytes. But that's not really the case, Dr. Sutterer explained on his YouTube channel. It turns out that different stimulations of an area of your body called the oropharynx, which is essentially the back of your throat. It can trigger reflexes that send signals to the spinal cord that can actually suppress and inhibit these muscle reflexes down below. Basically, pickle juice triggers a signal that closes off pathways to the nerve clusters that tells the muscle when to contract. Number 4. What's his 40-yard dash time? In today's NFL, everyone is obsessed with the 40-yard dash. A college prospect can shoot up draft boards simply by running an eye-popping 40 times. Just look at John Ross. In 2017, Ross ran a record-breaking 4.22 at the NFL Scouting Combine, and the Cincinnati Bengals drafted him with the number 9 overall pick despite his lack of size and strength. Hill can't say he has Ross beat for the fastest time in NFL history, but he's pretty darn close. In 2016, Hill ran a blistering 4.29 40-yard dash at West Alabama's Pro Day. Hill's time is the 4th fastest ever recorded during pre-draft workouts. Number 3. 2021 might be his last year. Tyreek Hill could be on his way out of Kansas City after this upcoming season. The issue with Hill isn't that he isn't producing or hasn't been a vital part of the offense. It comes down to simply this. Hill doesn't play quarterback, and that, to a degree, makes him a player you can move on from if the time is right. After the events of the offseason, it could help further nudge the Chiefs into trading the receiver at the end of the 2021 season. With the Chiefs reworking contracts, one name was left off the list, Tyreek Hill. Set to be a free agent after the 2022 season, the Chiefs went into the free agency hoping to move some money into future years, including extending the receiver. Hill and his agent, aware of what has been described as a massive jump in the salary cap coming in 2023, appear to have their sights set on free agency. Number 2. Charity work. Last year, the Kansas City Chiefs Twitter account tweeted photos of both current and former KCC players participating in charity work. Families and youth who are now without their free breakfast and lunch programs are struggling now more than ever. Thanks to Hill and his fellow Chiefs, they can let out a collective sigh of relief. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Demarcus Robinson, Carrick Dieter, Tyrann Mathieu, Chris Jones, and Frank Clark were all challenged by Hill to donate. Number 1. Dating life. Tyreek Hill is not married yet, but he's not having relationship issues with the ladies. Although he has managed to keep information about his new date private, the Florida native is known for dating Crystal Espinal, his girlfriend since his time in Oklahoma State. Actually, she was the one who was pregnant with his child and who he physically abused during their time together. Hill tried to strangle his then-girlfriend during an argument between the two at his apartment. Espinal later pressed charges against him following his violent act against her, and he spent some time behind bars after, which he was forced to take anger management classes. Later, towards the end of 2018, Tyreek reportedly got engaged to Crystal Espinal, who now cares for their son, Zev. What do you think about Tyreek Hill? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching.